What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. This is episode 2 of a series I have created called Gym Gyms. In this video, I will be going over a full routine that you can do in the gym that can help you improve your posture. This kind of video was requested by family, friends, and current subscribers. So if you're not a subscriber to the channel, make sure you subscribe and comment below on what you may need help with when it comes to your fitness journey. This type of routine is for those that have sitting jobs, sitting lifestyles, or for those looking to improve their posture in general. So make sure you watch the video all the way through for very important tips on each exercise. The first and most important thing that I do when I enter the gym is foam roll. This is important because for sitting for long periods of times, your body starts to create tight shoulders, tight hip flexors, and tight quads. So these are the areas that I will be foam rolling.
Foam rolling is important because it helps loosen tight and overactive muscles, improves your mobility, prevents injuries, and helps with blood circulation. It's also good to use if you're sore after a workout the following day. As I have explained, this is the first thing I do before warming up or before I work out. For this specific routine, I am looking to foam roll the muscles that become tight due to sitting and reaching for long periods, such as your shoulders, quads, and your hip flexors. The goal is to loosen up the tight muscles and strengthen the underactive muscles that become weak due to poor posture. If you are not sure how to foam roll, then let me help you out. When foam rolling, I like to roll back and forth to try to find the tightest spot on the muscle and hold it there for about 45 to 60 seconds. I do this for each area for about 2 minutes per body part. If holding it on one area is too difficult, you can also roll back and forth on that same muscle group for about 2 minutes as well. I recommend starting with light pressure, as this can be painful for some, but it's one of the most important things to do before you train. I promise you will feel better after doing this. Final note on foam rolling, I would avoid rubbing it on your joints, bones, and rolling it on your low back. Now let's talk about the warm-up.
After foam rolling, the next important thing that I like to do is warm up. Now there are multiple ways to warm up, but these are the ways that I like to use. One is using a static stretch where you hold the muscle group for about 30 to 60 seconds, depending on what area you're trying to warm up. The second, my favorite, which is called dynamic stretching. Dynamic stretching is when you are actually moving your body and preparing your body for exercise. I usually do this one over static stretching, and it's my personal favorite.
Warming up is one of the most neglected things I see in the gym. Before lifting any weight, I recommend that you warm up your body right after foam rolling. By not warming up before you train, you increase the risk of injuries like sprains, dislocations, and joint issues down the line. Think of your body like a car not started in the cold. You want to make sure you warm it up so it can perform correctly and not have any issues later down the line. Your warm-up should last about 10 minutes. There are many different ways to warm up, like using cardio equipment, doing static or dynamic stretching. But for me personally, I prefer dynamic stretching. I like to move my body in different planes of motions for a warm-up. If you're not sure what planes of motions are, check out my previous video, Gym Gems Episode 1, as I explain exactly what they are. I will post a link above and after this video as well.
Now that we foam rolled and loosened up the tight muscles and warmed up to prepare the body for exercise, now we're hopping into the workout. Now when it comes to this specific routine, my goal is to give high reps, light to moderate weight, and focus on doing movements on the opposite of sitting and reaching to help balance the posture.
The first exercise is the hip thrust. This is the most important exercise in this routine because due to sitting all day at home or work, your hips stay in a flexed position. This exercise helps bring your hips in the opposite direction of sitting. Doing this will also strengthen your glutes and your hamstrings, which are the muscles that become very weak from sitting for too long. You can either perform this exercise with body weight, dumbbell, or a barbell. To perform this exercise, start on the ground with your upper back against the bench. If using a bar, roll the bar over your legs. If using a dumbbell, place the dumbbell directly over your hips. Use a pad or a folded mat for comfort over your hips if needed. Keep your feet flat on the ground about shoulder width apart. You can either keep your feet straight or slightly turn your toes out for stabilization. Your upper back should rest against the bench. Think about placing the bottom of your shoulder blades on the bench. From here, engage your core. Keep slight pressure on the outside of your legs and feet throughout the exercise to not allow your knees to collapse. This is very important. From here, drive your heels through the floor to lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Keep your shins vertical and squeeze your glutes as you move to the top of the movement. Make sure your body forms a straight line from your shoulders to your knees at the top of the motion. Keep your chin slightly tucked throughout the exercise and slowly lower your hips back down to the starting position and repeat for the amount of reps listed. The next exercise is the lying hamstring curl. This is a great machine to use to help isolate and strengthen the hamstrings, which is another muscle that becomes weak due to sitting. Now, there are other workouts that you can do to target the hamstrings, but I chose this one due to creating isolation of the muscle to help strengthen it. The hamstrings are the muscles under your glutes. This machine is great to use because it avoids bringing your hips in a flexed position, which is the position you are in when you are sitting. We are trying to avoid that movement as much as we can for this specific routine. To perform this exercise, start by lowering the pad so it rests just above your heels at the back of your lower legs. The pad should snug, but it should not be uncomfortable. Make sure your legs are straight, but not locked out or overextended at the bottom of the motion. Your knees should align with the pivot of the machine when you lie down. The pivot of the machine is where the machine is moving from. Grab the handles, engage your core, and squeeze your glutes. This will help keep you stable. Your body should stay flat on the machine with your chin slightly tucked. Bend your knees to bring the weight up towards your glutes in a controlled manner. Focus on pulling from your hamstrings when you lift the weight. Avoid any fast movements or momentum swinging when doing this exercise. Exhale as you curl your legs up. Inhale as you lower them back down. Lower your legs back to the starting position again in a controlled manner. This is important as it helps keep tension on the muscle. Repeat for the reps listed. The third exercise in this routine is the Incline Dumbbell Row. This is another great isolation exercise that will help work the muscles in the upper area of your back, such as your rhomboids, traps, and your rear delts. These muscles are crucial for maintaining upright posture, so let me help you get them right. Strengthening these muscles will help avoid the forward pulling of your chest and shoulders, which are common with poor posture. Ladies, if this is uncomfortable for your chest, you can also do the close grip seated cable row as well. Now here is how you perform this exercise. Grab a bench and adjust the incline to a 30 or 45 degree angle. Lie face down with your chest supported and your feet flat on the floor. For my short people, it's okay to be on your toes as well. Grab a light to moderate dumbbell in each hand with your arms extended and your palms facing each other. Engage your core, tuck your chin, and squeeze your glutes, as this will help keep your spine neutral throughout the entire exercise. Slightly retract your shoulder blades, making sure that they are down and back before pulling the weight. Try not to allow your shoulders to lean as you perform this exercise. When you start the movement, I want you to think about squeezing your shoulder blades together as you're pulling up the weight. Try not to pull from your arms. This may take a while to understand, but keep practicing. Now from here, slowly lower the dumbbells back down to the starting position with full control and repeat for the reps listed. Exercise 4 are called IYTs. This movement may look very easy, but really it's one of the most challenging exercises of this routine. It's also one of the best exercises to help with improving your posture as well. This movement helps with shoulder stability and upper body strength. It also targets the same muscles that we have been training throughout this workout, such as your rhomboids, traps, and rear delts. As you can see, these muscles are a common area of focus for poor posture. For this exercise, I recommend starting with your body weight until you have full range of motion with each letter. Then add light resistance for strength and progression as you get better. Now here's how you perform this exercise. Adjust the bench to a 30 or 45 degree incline. Lie face down with your chest supported and your feet flat on the ground. Again, it's okay to be on your toes as well. Keep your chin tucked throughout the exercise as this helps keep you in a neutral position. Start with the letter I with your palms facing each other and your shoulders down. Lift your arms up towards the ceiling, keeping your elbows slightly bent. Your arms should form a straight line spelling out the letter I. Squeeze your shoulder blades at the top of the movement, then return back to the starting position. For the Y, keep the same starting position as the I, but this time lift your arms up and out to the side to form the letter Y. Again, make sure you're squeezing your shoulder blades at the top of the motion and return back to the starting position. The T movement will be the most simple one to do for a lot of people, as you are doing the same instructions as the I and the Y, but just spelling out the letter T. When doing this exercise, make sure your core and glutes are engaged throughout, as this helps stabilize your spine. The next exercise are face pulls. I love to do this towards the end of my workout. This is another great exercise that helps strengthen the muscles in your upper back. You can either do this workout by standing or sitting down. Now, there are two different ways to grab the handles of the rope. The preference is your choice. You can do what's called a neutral grip, where the palm of your hands are facing each other. Or you can do what's called a pronated grip, with the palm of your hands facing down. My personal favorite is the pronated grip, as this allows me to get more range of motion than the neutral grip. The neutral grip is also great as well because it is a more natural position for your hands. Now here's how you perform this exercise. First, place the pulley to the top of the cable machine. Grab a bench and place it right in front of the machine as well. Choose a weight that you can complete 15 reps without stopping. If you have to stop, then the weight may be too heavy. Grab the rope with the grip of your choice. Sit tall with your chest high and your shoulders back. Hold the rope with both hands extended, straight out in front of you and slightly above shoulder height. With your elbows high pointing out to your sides, pull the rope towards your face by squeezing your shoulder blades together. Focus on pulling from your rear delts and your upper back. Try not to pull from your arms. Imagine you are squeezing a pencil between your shoulder blades. Your hands should end up by your ears at the end of the movement. In a controlled manner, return your arms back down to the starting position and repeat. The final workout of this routine are low planks. I think a lot of us try to avoid this exercise due to how hard they can be. But low planks are another great exercise that you can do to help improve your posture because it helps with creating spine stability. It also strengthens your core and are great for your hip flexors if done correctly. Now let's talk about how I like to do planks. Start in a push-up position with your hands and arms to your side of your body with your elbows directly under your shoulders. Avoid doing planks with your hands crossed and shoulders round, as this will make your posture worse. Your body should form a straight line from your head to your heels. Retract your shoulders down and back and think about your shoulders going into your back pockets and keep them there. Slightly suck in your belly button, squeeze your core and glutes throughout the time listed, as this will help stabilize your spine and pelvis to avoid any sagging of your low back. Your feet and legs should be about hip width apart, and I want you to think about pinning your toes through the floor, as this helps keep your legs active with balance. Now here's the kick. I want you to hold this exact motion throughout the time listed. If you release your core or your glutes from engagement, I want you to stop, document your time, and try to beat that same time next time you do planks. For beginners, hold this plank style for 30 seconds, rest for 45. Intermediate levels, hold it for 45 seconds, rest for 60 seconds. For advanced levels, hold this for 60 seconds and rest for 45 seconds, 3 times each.
So that's the end of the workout. As you guys seen, there's a total of 6 exercises, and all these exercises are great to help improve your posture. All right, when you're first doing these routines, I recommend starting with just your body weight and then work to a lighter weight until you gradually get stronger. Now, as you get stronger, then I recommend adding more resistance. Also, when you're doing this routine, I recommend just starting out 1 time a week if you're a beginner. If you're trying to really increase your posture, I would recommend doing the same routine at least 2 to 3 times a week with light load. You don't have to go heavy on this routine. It's more about the reps than it is the weight. You want to improve your posture by bringing your body in the opposite direction of what it's used to doing. Also, I have an app available that comes with a variety of different exercises, ranging from core stability, which will help strengthen your core to help with any low back issues you may have, dumbbell functional training workouts, and kettlebell functional training workouts, including a 4-week program that is good for beginner and intermediate levels. Click the link below and get started. It comes with a 7-day free trial. Now, if you guys are interested in more of these routines or more stuff you would like to learn in the gym, just comment below on how I can help you in regards to anything that you're trying to do with your fitness level. And I will do my best to make that video for you. Now, you already know the vibes. Your boy about to go grub. Love is love. I'm out.